Hello, welcome to News Roundup, where we bring you highlights and key stories. I'm Sharifat Ibrahim. First, the headlines. Tinubu says APC won't shut door on defectors. Kogi government cautions against politicizing insecurity. Nottingham Forest challenge Crystal Palace's Europa League sport over ownership rules. Now the news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has refuted claims that his administration is plotting to turn Nigeria into a one-party state, declaring that the ruling All Progressives Congress remains open to members from other political parties. President Tinubu made a statement on Thursday during a special joint session of the National Assembly in Abuja to mark Democracy Day. He reflected on Nigeria's democratic journey since the return to civilian rule in 1999, paying glowing tribute to late Chief Moshood Abiola, the presumed winner of the annulled June 12, 1993 presidential election, and praised former President Muhammadu Buhari for officially recognizing Abiola and declaring June 12 as Democracy Day. The president honored the memory of numerous pro-democracy advocates, civil rights activists, journalists, and politicians who were killed, imprisoned, or forced into exile in the fight against military rule. He specifically mentioned Kudirat Abiola and Pa Alfred Rewani, both of whom he said were assassinated by agents of military repression. The president called for continued collaboration between the executive and the legislative arms of government, underscoring the importance of unity and mutual respect to strengthening Nigeria's democratic institutions. In a similar development, Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has assured citizens that his administration will continue to deepen inclusiveness and promote good governance to accommodate the interests of the people of the state. This is contained in a message signed by his special advisor on media, Ismaila Isa, to mark this year's Democracy Day celebration. Governor Ododo described June 12 as not just a public holiday, but a day of remembrance, reflection, and renewed commitment to the ideals of justice, fairness, and the will of the people. The governor hailed the heroes of the pro-democracy struggle, especially President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whom he described as one of the leading voices that championed the cause of freedom during the dark days of military rule. He emphasized the place of Kogi State and the people in the struggle for democracy, noting that the founding fathers of the state were believers in justice and fairness. He explained that his administration is investing in infrastructure, agriculture, education, health, and security to create a more inclusive society where every citizen has the opportunity to thrive. Governor Dodo called on youths to see themselves as active players in the democratic process, describing the youth as not just future leaders, but as present drivers of wheel of progress in Nigeria. He urged traditional rulers, civil society groups, religious leaders, and public office holders to play their part in deepening democratic values through service and patriotism. The governor reaffirmed his support for the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, stating that Kogi will continue to align with national policies aimed at uplifting citizens and promoting unity. Moving on, the Kogi state government has reiterated stance to tackling insecurity and urging citizens, political actors, and media practitioners to avoid spreading fear or politicizing ongoing security challenges in the state. In a statement by the Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fanwo, the government emphasized that it is working discreetly and steadily making progress in its efforts to combat criminal elements, particularly kidnappers in the state. While expressing sympathy to families affected by recent security breaches, the government cautioned against using such incidents to fuel misinformation or incite panic among members of the public. Fowler criticized what he described as the politicization of insecurity by desperate politicians, cautioning that such actions undermine collective efforts to combat crime and ensure public safety. He revealed that credible intelligence indicates that a significant factor behind the recent surge in criminal activity is the mounting security pressure in the northeast and northwest, which has forced some criminal groups to relocate to the north-central region, including Kogi State. Despite these external challenges, the Commissioner affirmed that the state government is reinforcing its security framework through the adoption of modern technology, enhanced intelligence gathering, and robust community engagement initiatives. He reiterated Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo's commitment to delivering tangible security improvements without engaging in partisan blame games. The state government, he said, extends gratitude to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the National Security Advisor, service chiefs, and local security outfits, including members of the Vigilante Service and the Hunters Group, for their continued support in strengthening the state's security architecture. And Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has called on contractors handling healthcare infrastructure projects to prioritize quality, comply with specifications, and ensure timely completion of ongoing revitalization of primary healthcare centers in the state. Governor Ododo made the call during a walk-in visit to the primary healthcare center in Obuburu, Idanhwa ward in Adabi local government area. Khadijat Mohammed has the report.
Governor Dodo noted that the Obuburu Primary Healthcare Center is among the 88 priority PHC project sites handed over to contractors by the State Ministry of Health earlier this year, and it is currently being upgraded to a Level 2 functional health facility. He expressed satisfaction with the pace and quality of work and emphasized the need for speedy completion of the project. He commends the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Abdulaziz Adams, and the Executive Director of the Kogi State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Muazu Musa, for their dedication and timely oversight. Governor Dodo noted that the visit underscored his administration's commitment to advancing healthcare delivery and ensuring access to quality healthcare services across the state. He described ongoing revitalization and upgrade of over 200 primary healthcare centers as a crucial step towards achieving universal health coverage in Kogi State. The Executive Director of the State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Muazu Musa, explained that the upgrade of additional 88 primary healthcare centers, which started last year, is supported by the World Bank and aims to upgrade and revitalize the selected primary healthcare centers across Kogi State, with a total investment of over 7 billion naira. Dr. Musa reiterated that these initiatives reflect the administration's strong resolve to enhance healthcare infrastructure and service delivery throughout the state. Khadijat Mohammed, Lugard TV News.
News Roundup is coming to you on Lugard TV. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
On January 27, 2024, Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo became the 5th executive governor of Kogi State, signaling a new era of development. His vision was clear: to foster sustainable development, prioritize the needs of the people, and promote unity among the state's diverse communities. In the education sector, Governor Ododo's administration has improved schools, provided scholarships for students, and prioritized teachers' welfare. The governor has built and revamped several primary healthcare centers across the state and equipped them with modern facilities. Under Governor Ododo's leadership, Kogi State has witnessed improved security and enhanced collaboration among its diverse communities. Governor Ododo's commitment to economic empowerment is also noteworthy. His administration has launched programs to promote entrepreneurship, particularly among young people in the agricultural sector. His administration has boosted food security by providing modern farming tools, fertilizers, and support for smallholder farmers. Kogi State stands stronger, united, and ready to take on the future under the administration of Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo.
Welcome back. The Kogi State government has reiterated commitment to support private investors as a strategic step towards addressing housing deficits and boosting socio-economic development in the state. Dominion Adeonjo has the detail.
At the groundbreaking ceremony of Itazi Court in Lugard Estate, a residential project located opposite the Itapi train station along the Okene-Lokoja Expressway by Lugard Construction and Property Development Company, Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo, who was represented by the Commissioner for Housing and Urban Development, Taye Abanika, described the housing project as a strategic investment that will benefit both residents and travelers, especially those using the Itapi train station linking Kogi and the southern states of Edo and Delta. He emphasized the crucial role private sector participation plays in bridging the housing gap, improving living conditions, and fostering inclusive development across the state. He added that the Itazi Court's housing project aligns with the Ododo strategy to promote responsive and inclusive growth that caters to the housing needs of residents in both rural and urban communities.
Today, with an effort to reduce the housing deficit in the state, we are having the groundbreaking for Lugard Estate. It has a court here in Itakwe. So by the time this is on ground, you can rest assured that it will significantly reduce the housing deficit that we've been clamoring for. The chairman of this institution or company has deemed it fit to join His Excellency in providing housing for the good people of Kogi State.
The commissioner called on residents of Kogi State to support and patronize the real estate company, stressing that increased demand and support for homeownership through private sector-led development would further accelerate infrastructure expansion and community development in the state. In his address, the managing director of Mufkad Estate, Engineer Kamal Lawal, described the Itazi Court as the beginning of a bold initiative to deliver high-quality residential spaces and a lasting impact on Kogi State socio-economic development. He explained that the project will cover 2 hectares of land, featuring 23 residential units. 63% of the land will be designated for housing, while 23% will be used for recreational facilities. He noted that the estate would include a standard hotel, a range of residential houses, commercial shops, gymnasium, biometric access controlled gates, and a dedicated green zone. Also speaking, the project manager, Engineer Suberu Onimisi, noted that the development aligns with the renewed hope housing agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Housing for All initiative of Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo. He emphasized that the Itazi Court and Estate project is expected to offer modern, affordable housing units equipped with essential amenities that align with global standards for sustainable urban living.
Itazi Court is owned by the Mufkad Estate. It's sitting here on 2 hectares of land with 24 plots. It's one of its kind in Kogi State. It's going to be a smart estate, a gated community, automated gate, visitors automating system. We're going to have security infrastructures that will help in providing security for the estate. We have plots in this development for high-end, medium, and low-income earners. Here in this estate, we are going to have a dedicated transformer. You can see a 33 kVA line in front of the estate. We're going to drop it down and have a dedicated transformer for this estate. So for us, we've not gotten anything near this in Kogi State. So it's innovative, and by God's grace, by God willingly, we hope by the time we have all this running, it will be first and best of its kind in this state.
Dominion Adeonju, Lugard TV News.
A non-governmental organization named Center for Ethics and Self-Value Orientation has trained members of the Government House media team on ethical conduct expected of them in the discharge of their duties. The training, which took place at the Government House in Lugard, was at the instance of the Special Advisor on Media to the Governor of Kogi State, Ismaila Isa. Speaking during the training, the Executive Director of the organization, Prince Sali Yakubu, emphasized the importance of integrity and emotional intelligence in public service. He described the media team as a critical link between government and the people, noting that the training was designed to enhance professionalism and improve service delivery in all aspects of professional life. According to him, the goal is to nurture a culture of ethical responsibility and teamwork among the staff.
Understanding the fundamentals of ethics in the workplace and expected ethical conduct and leadership of public officers towards an effective office operations. Anybody here should have the mentality of being a true Nigerian, serve better, relate well, irrespective of sexual orientation, irrespective of religious affiliation. The priority is working in synergy always and cooperating with each other in the quest to render qualitative service delivery to the people of Kogi State.
He further recommends the adoption of a formal staff code of conduct to guide operations and strengthen accountability within the media office. In a goodwill message delivered on behalf of the Special Advisor, the Chief Press Secretary to the Speaker of the Kogi State House of Assembly, Yabagi Mohammed, expressed gratitude to the organization for what he described as a well-rounded and impactful training.
This training will go a long way in improving our delivery in our everyday work as journalists, media practitioners, as I said. And also, this is going to go a long way to create a more healthy office environment for us all. I am not taking this training for granted. I have learned a lot. Some of the things that I do in my office between myself and some of the staff of the office and some of the things that happen between me and my boss, I see them, I can picture them in the training and how I can better approach them. I have learned, and I must say, if our boss, the SA media to the governor were here, he will acknowledge the same thing, and therefore I want to, on his behalf and on behalf of this office, say thank you to this body for this training.
Also, Senior Special Assistant on Print Media to the Kogi State First Lady, Mohammed Ohikwa, commends the initiative and acknowledged the efforts of the Special Advisor in creating an enabling environment for ethical reflection and professional development among members of the media team. And on sports, Nottingham Forest have written to UEFA questioning Crystal Palace's eligibility for next season's Europa League due to potential breaches of multi-club ownership rules. Forest's complaint centers on John Textor, who owns a significant stake in both Crystal Palace and French club Lyon. Forest highlight that their owner, Evangelos Marinakis, stepped away from club operations and placed his shares in a blind trust earlier this year when Forest were in contention for a Champions League spot due to his ownership of Olympiacos. With Forest missing out on European qualification, Marinakis has since resumed control. Palace urged that Executive Chairman Steve Parish runs the club independently and that Textor has no influence on football operations. Textor has reportedly offered to resign from the Palace board to address the conflict, but Forest claimed the move came after UEFA's deadline. UEFA's club financial control body is reviewing the matter with a decision expected within weeks. The Europa League group stage draw is scheduled for August 29, leaving time for potential appeals or legal action if Palace's qualification is challenged. Thank you for staying with us. That is it on this week's episode of News Roundup. Until next week, I'm Sharifat Ibrahim.